Let's turn to this. Reports by experts have painted a picture of an unremorseful, dangerous Sfiso Mkhwanazi, who is a risk to others. The reports by the psychiatrist and a psychologist were presented during sentencing proceedings after the 21-year-old was sent to Sterkfontein Psychiatric Hospital for a risk assessment. The self-confessed murderer was convicted of the murder of 6 sex workers earlier this year. Newzroom Afrika's Mnisi reports.
Sfiso Mkhwanazi sat emotionless in the dock as 2 experts delivered damning reports that pointed to an unremorseful, dangerous offender who specifically targeted 6 workers. The reports were tabled to help the court determine whether Mkhwanazi was a high-risk offender who posed a danger to society or not before the court can hand down sentence. The 21-year-old was convicted earlier this year for murdering 6 sex workers at his father's panel beating workshop in Johannesburg.
In our line of questioning, we question around the offences and how Mr. Mkhwanazi felt about these offences. Our opinion is that in his answers to these questions, he did not display any emotion that showed any genuine remorse for what he had done and for the effect on the victims' families. And then hence we came to this conclusion. It adds that he also did admit that if he had not been caught, he most likely would have continued with the offences.
Dr. Chetty's evaluation highlighted Mkhwanazi's background of substance use, lack of support, and lack of realistic future goals. The young man lost his mother in 2017. Chetty told the court that the confession tendered by Mkhwanazi for the offences was in the hopes that he would get a lenient sentence.
So based on this, together with his admission that if he had not been caught, he likely would have continued with the offences, leads us to the conclusion that he still poses a high risk. Are concerned about Mr. Mkhwanazi's ability to rehabilitate with interventions, but nevertheless, taking into account his young age, we do recommend that he be afforded longer-term therapy to deal with the nature of the offences and then his emotions and behaviour attached to that, in the event that these may assist to correct his behaviour moving forward. So based on our assessment and the various factors I've mentioned, we think that we are of the opinion that Mr. Mkhwanazi represents a danger to the physical and mental well-being of others. We are of the opinion that with interventions there may be limited ability to correct behaviour, but we still keep that possibility open.
Mkhwanazi was also convicted of 6 counts of rape. Clinical psychologist at Sterkfontein Psychiatric Hospital, Chantal Waldeck, who also assessed him, says he specifically targeted 6 workers, and she believes that he does and will pose a risk to that victimology. She told the court about Mkhwanazi's relationship with sex.
Mr. Mkhwanazi had never had an intimate sexual relationship with another intimate partner. He only had a history of using the services of sex workers, which also indicated that he may feel more comfortable when it is not intimate in nature, if I can put it that way. And that he felt that the sexual behavior that he was endorsing was satisfying his psychological needs, or the needs that he had. But I think what stood out for me is that he does seem to be quite an isolated, lonely person who seems somewhat, if I can put it, a bit anxious about engaging with the opposite sex on an intimate level, on a relationship level.
Experts agree that Mkhwanazi poses a danger to others and are concerned about the prospects of rehabilitation. Their evaluation shows that while he showed static issues that cannot be changed, others can be worked on with a particular treatment program. The matter has been postponed to next Wednesday, when a social worker will take the stand for the continuation of sentence proceedings. The defense will be given a chance at a later stage to present evidence in mitigation of a harsh sentence. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Mnisi at the High Court sitting in Pembridge.